Katie Britt Stepford, Big Little Lies. Satan in the kitchen. Back to the kitchen, girls. Gather around the strong, white men of the past.
Ooh, America remembers our strong leaders. So virile. We remember when they took control and manhandled us and shot those pesky border bouncers. But now we have a dithering and diminished leader.
Maybe we should ask Mercedes about diminished leaders.
She would say, "Not funny. We know he was talking about Melania."
Right. That's why he called her Mercedes.
Mm-hmm. We can do better, she said.
Shouldn't she have said, be best? That's what Melania Mercedes preached. Melania Mercedes. That poor woman. There's no love lost between her and I, but I still feel sorry for her for being married to Trump.
Yeah, get what you pay for, if you know what I mean. Remember that kook, Britt? What she said in her little speech?
No.
We are at a crossroads.
More like the crosshairs where I'd rather have the crazy shit.
I'm a mom. I'm just like other moms. And we're frustrated. We all feel it.
This Brit woman is crazy, man.
Oh, she is frustrated. She is really frustrated.
So what was the point she was trying to make about strong men and the border?
That Biden has let Americans down. But her party,
after Don McConn's request, turned down the strict Republican, conservative, and bipartisan border bill.
Crazy. Just crazy. That shit's just crazy.
I wonder if she's on medication or antipsychotics, maybe. There's something. She had some serious facial problems when she was doing that.
Oh, God dang.
I mean, it looked like she had. Looks like she was constipated.
Her affect was all over the place. She is such a kook.
We do not endorse or trivialize sexual assault as Katie Britt did. We mock Britt in our parody below.
For instance, she said, I put my feet on the ground on the front lines and went to Texas to speak to a woman who told me the cartel sex trafficked her since she was 12, for her womanhood. And men came on to her every day, every night. She was raped over and over again every single day for hours on end.
Ground control to MK Ultra.
Well, that would explain the hallucinogenics.
There we go. There's something. I don't know what's going on here.
Didn't you know sex sells?
Those Uber pubs. That's all they think about.
Dicks, balls, wombs, and sex.
Stepford should stop lying. Or is it Bretford? Britt? What's her name?
No. You got it right the first time. Stepford. Yeah. Moving right along, like her party, she tells big little lies, misleading the public. She did not meet one-on-one with Jacinto, the victimized woman she was speaking about.
The victim, now a grown woman, is Carla Jacinto Romero.
She was speaking to other advocates. That is, Jacinto was speaking to other advocates and news outlets, not to Britt specifically. Jacinto did not say that the cartel sex trafficked her, but by a man she fell in love with and his family.
What?
Yeah. Further, she was not sex trafficked in America, as was implied by Stepford, but in Mexico. She also inferred that this happened under the current administration, the Biden administration, and that's incorrect. Stepford's lying.
Yeah, of course.
Jacinto said it happened between 2004 and 2008. Let's be clear. This woman was victimized during the Bush II administration, not the Biden administration. What the hell is wrong with her?
Why would she skew this tragic story to serve her own ends?
Shh, it's a secret.
I won't tell anybody.
Sex.
I still want to know.
Sex sells.
In the Old and New Testament, Satan was described as the deceiver. What does that make her? And those in her party that define their policies and themselves with lies.
Yeah, the
were
whole
all
party.
nutbags.
Yep. They define themselves and their policies with lies.
You know, what was that movie 12 Monkeys with Brad Pitt? They're all nutbags.
Hey, Stepford said Biden stopped building the wall. What about that?
What? There was nothing to stop. Like we reported in the previous show, in 4 years, Don the Con only built about 50 miles of the wall and repaired 2 rails of fence. He said he built the wall. I know he said, I built the wall. If the wall was built, people would not be coming over it. So how could Biden stop anything when nothing was happening?
Oh, but didn't you hear? Connie built the wall. It's there. It's really there.
I wonder why she didn't mention the build the wall fraud hatched by Bannon and friends.
I wonder. She knows.
Maybe she was referring to the private border wall Abbott built for a friend.
Yeah, I remember that. Supposedly using some of the $54 million in Texas donation funds, kind of like Texas Build the Wall Fund. Ring a bell. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Let's move on.
Okay.
She mentioned moms.
I was ready to hurl when she spoke of being a mom, like all the other moms, having concerns about fentanyl, the border, crime, and morality.
Kind of like Bridget Ziegler, co-founder of Moms for Liberty.
That's too funny.
She was filmed in a kitchen atmosphere. What motivates her to present herself in this way?
I am speaking to fellow moms that are up at 2 a.m., have to be in 3 places at a time, who sit at the table just like this and put dinner on the table each and every day, over and over and over. Wait a minute. She works in D.C. Her children live in Alabama. How can she put dinner on the table?
Alabama.
Yeah, how can she put dinner on the table?
How did Forrest Gump say that? Well, what was the
Greenbow, Alabama.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Yeah, he was real mad about that. That's how he kicked that guy's butt, and I remember that.
She and her husband are millionaires. They hire help, lots of help. How was her circumstances like that of most American women? Most American men, for that matter.
We're not rich. We're not rich. Oh my goodness. She reminds me a multimillionaire, Maggot Mace, who re-victimized and defamed Eugene Carroll by questioning the authenticity of the judgment against Don the Con when she was being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos. Furthermore, malingering Maggot Mace also had the insolence to call Hunter Biden a rich elitist, as if she is like everyone else, not rich, not elite. Katie Stepford, Britt, is following the same script. How is she just a mom like everyone else. I want to mention another deceiver while we're at it. Carrie Scary Lake. In a lawsuit, she just admitted to lying about and defaming Stephen Richer, the Maricopa County recorder, accusing him of rigging the 2022 election by sabotaging the vote tabulators. My goodness, will it ever end?
No.
Moving right along, Britt, or should I say Stepford, Britt is just a glorified Stepford wife, successful in her own career and relegated to the kitchen, but allowed to speak for her party, but not use her own voice, destroying her chances of real advancement like the vice presidency or presidency.
We've been examining her speech patterns, word choice, and affect.
Yep.
And we have one last question.
Just one more.
When did she die inside?
No laughing matter, but when? We want to know. Insiders want to know.
When did she die inside?
Shh, don't say.
Screwed.
They're using her. Wake up, honey. Yeehaw. Giddy up. Giddy up.
Scrood does not condone or trivialize sexual assault, and we find ourselves left with a strong gag reflex, listening to Katie Britt exploit and weaponize a tragic event in an effort to gain more Republican votes. Britt further, and without shame, added fictional statements to the sexual assault, further victimizing Carla Jacinto Romero. Lastly, we do not condone manhandling women and children or shooting people at the border.